Welcome back to another episode of Siege on Scrapbook. Today we're going to talk about freeform text, or its abbreviation FFT, within the Project Life app. Freeform text is an add-on feature. It costs, I think, $2.99 as an add-on to turn that feature on in your app. What this does is gives you the ability to add text to photos or to filler cards, those places where you weren't normally able to add text. And we'll just go over a couple of different things regarding freeform text here today. So let's pull up a page. Now, when you put a card into a pocket, you're going to have options of adding filler cards, which are generally cards with a design on them, not meant to be, or they don't have a room for your text to go. And then journal cards, which have a pre-designated area on the card where you're meant to add your text. So let me just add a card here. And if I tap on my pencil icon, I'm just going to autofill some random words here to fill up my space on my card. But you've got that white area basically to type in for your card. Okay. Once you fill in your space, you of course have your options for changing your font color, your font size, your orientation, all those options that you're probably used to. With freeform text, you have the ability to add another text box to this journal card. If we click on the little plus button that's here on my toolbar in the middle of my screen, the plus button gives me, you can see, a second text box that's going to allow you to add text in addition to the text that you typed in the kind of that predetermined space on your card. Another thing about freeform text boxes, if you tap and hold on the little circle button on the bottom right corner, you can drag, kind of pinch and drag to change the size of your font. And you can also have the ability to change your fonts like you're used to, change your font colors, all that good stuff. You can also, if you tap on that little circle and move your finger around, you can tilt your text as well. You can turn it upside down if you want. So that's a cool feature. This is a trick that you'll want to know if you want to add two different fonts in your journaling. You can add that second font with your freeform text box if you want to accent a word or something. And then to get rid of your text box, just tap the X button and it'll delete that off, and then you're left with whatever you got on your normal journaling. But let me go to a different card here. Actually, let me go to a photo. With the freeform text option, you'll get this pencil icon on your photos that allows you the ability to add text to your photos if you want to add a caption or type a year or whatever. One thing to remember is when you add a freeform text box to a photo, it's going to default to white as the font color. If you add freeform text to a filler card or a journaling card, it's going to, I think filler cards, it defaults to white also, but if you add a freeform text box to a journaling card, it's going to default to black. So but you can always change your font colors just like you normally would. So let's say that you want to add some text to a card, and then you want to add another freeform text box. Change your font color, change your font style. Freeform text is a great way to mix and match fonts to get a cool, different look to your journaling. If you just tap anywhere on the card and move your finger around, you can position this. Use the little circle button on the corner to tilt or rotate your text. If you want to add another layer, go back to your toolbars, hit that plus button again, and you can have a third, a fourth, a fifth, however many layers of text you want on a card. And then you can just, rotate it a different way, squeeze it up and down to get the different font sizes. You can also use your font selector tool to do the same thing. But if you want to go, if you'll notice, 120 is as big as you can go with the font size tool. But if you tap and drag the corner, you can see I can get it even bigger. Just my font size doesn't go any bigger than 120, but I can stretch it as big as I want it to be. Then I can click on the X for the freeform text box to delete it. So that's just a couple of different things about the freeform text tool. Like I said, you can add a freeform text box to your pictures if you want to. Add some journaling to your, or captions to your photos. A couple of things I just remembered about freeform text tool. A freeform text box does not have autocorrect, does not have, what did I want to say besides autocorrect? If you type a lot, it doesn't have autofill where it, your phone predicts what word you're trying to type. It doesn't have that. And if you're typing a lot of text, let me just type here, Rockefeller Center in New York City. All the text that you type is just going to be strung out in one long line. You have to automatically go in and add in hard returns if you want, to space out your words. It doesn't read the confines of that card slot. It just types everything out in a real long line. You can copy and you can paste into a freeform text box. So if you have something typed somewhere else and you want to paste, it will paste into a freeform text box, but then again, it's going to be in a long single line, and you'll have to go in and add your hard returns in there. But then you can, like I said, you can move your text around. You can size it by pinching and dragging on that circle button. You can rotate it, change your font colors, kind of whatever you want to do, which just really gives you a lot of more choices for what you can do with text on your Project Life page. So try out freeform text. Hopefully you've learned a couple of different tricks here on how to use that. Like I said, it is an add-on feature in the Project Life app. I think it's $2.99, but well worth it if you want some additional versatility for your Project Life pages. So thanks for watching.